Les négations en français. In class, we have learned the very most basic way to make sentences negative in French, with ne and pas going around the conjugated verb. I've used the example of a sandwich before because we have to layer in everything in a certain order, just like you would do to build a sandwich. In this example, the ne and pas are the bread, and the verb is the stuff in the middle. Let's call it peanut butter for now. Another way to see negations would be with glasses and a nose. Let's imagine that the nose is the verb. We want to set some sunglasses straight down on top of the verb, and in one lens we'll have our ne, and in the other lens we'll have our pas. So this is another way to think of it, either as a sandwich or as putting sunglasses on a nose. Either way, it's important to understand that the verb we're speaking about is the conjugated verb in this sentence. If you can't have two kinds of peanut butter on your sandwich, and you certainly don't have two noses on your face. So very important to understand it's ne, verb, pas. But madame, sometimes I have two verbs in my sentence. That's absolutely true. So when we have two verbs in the sentence, we can think of it as the sandwich that we've already discussed and a side of chips. The extra verb at the end, the infinitive verb, will just be the side of chips. We can't shove it into the sandwich. We can't put this verb inside the ne and pas. If you want to think about the sunglasses reference, think of the verb not as a nose, but as an ear out to the side. So we've got ne, verb, pas, and an ear. Hopefully that helps. It gives you a good visual reference. The main thing to understand is that we can't shove extra things inside of the glasses or inside of the bread. It just will have to be a side dish. Let's look at some examples. Je n'aime pas étudier. Étudier, c'est le verbe qui est à l'infinitif. Aimer, c'est le verbe conjugué. Alors vous avez ne et pas autour, around du verbe conjugué. Je ne vais pas taper mon projet. Vais est un verbe et taper est un verbe. Là, vous avez votre sandwich et là, vous avez les chips. Il ne vient pas danser avec nous. Vient, c'est le sandwich. Danser, c'est les chips. Quick question, why is an apostrophe used here when ne is used down here? That's right, because the verb aimer starts with a vowel, and we have to make the contraction. That's the only time we use an apostrophe, only when it comes before a vowel. Here now are several different kinds of sentences, all in the negative. Let's take a look. Je ne suis pas américaine. Tu n'es pas canadienne. Elle n'a pas de voiture. Je n'ai pas envie de manger. Il ne chante pas souvent. As you can see, ne and pas are pretty predictable. They just go around the conjugated verb. That's really all they do. No matter what subject your sentence has, what the verb that we use is, or what comes next, whether it's adjectives, nouns, expressions, or adverbs, ne and pas basically do the same thing. They make a contraction if it comes before a vowel, and the pas goes after the verb. That's pretty much it. One mystery, though, is to do with articles. Why do we have this sentence? Elle n'a pas de voiture. When do I use de after pas, and when don't I use de after pas? Let's ask Garfield for some help. After pas, always de. That's something that you've heard me say a lot. And that's the most basic rule, but the word always is problematic because it's not always de. Let's take a look at the longer version of the rule now, and it's nothing you can't handle, but we're going to see when you would use de and when you don't. So here is the longer version of the rule. De and its equivalent, des apostrophes, remplace, replace, les articles indéfinis tels que un, une ou des, les numéros, par exemple de, 20 ou 100, et certaines quantités, par exemple beaucoup, a lot, plusieurs, several, etc. Regardons les exemples. J'ai 3 chiens versus je n'ai pas de chien. I've got 3 dogs, I don't have any dogs. That's right. Just like how in English we would change from some to any, when it becomes negative, we would change from any one of these to de after pas. Il a des stylos. il n'a pas de stylo. Des est un article indéfini et est remplacé avec de. Tu as beaucoup d'argent. You have a lot of money. Tu n'as pas d'argent. You don't have any money. Mais il y a aussi beaucoup de situations où il n'y a rien à remplacer. There's nothing to replace. We don't have any one of these three things to replace in our sentence. Par exemple, nous sommes au Texas. Nous ne sommes pas au Texas. No need to add a de. There's nothing to replace. Je suis brune. Je ne suis pas brune. Again, nothing to replace, so no de is necessary. Et enfin, la règle la plus importante, the most important rule. Avec les verbes de préférence, par exemple aimer, adorer, préférer ou détester, vous utilisez un article défini. Par exemple, le, la, les et l'apostrophe. It doesn't matter if we are using our sentence in the negative. We would never use de. We will always use verbs of preference with definite articles, le, la, les, and l'apostrophe. This is very important to keep in mind as we start learning more complicated negations next time. Merci.